What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and today we're going to be taking a look at the Spark SL Blackout Edition. When I was moving into the new office space, one thing I really wanted to do was upgrade my equipment. So I reached out to Blue and asked if they would be willing to supply something for review. And to my surprise, they said yes and sent over this little guy right here. Now before I get into this review, I've been using Blue products for around 5+ years now. My old microphone was actually a Blue Yeti, and despite some videos that have come out recently, I think the Yeti is still one of the best USB microphones on the market, and I've been able to squeeze some really good sounding audio out of it. On top of that, I've always been quick to recommend Blue's other products like the Snowball to people just looking for something cheap to jump into content creation with, or the Blue Bluebird for people who really want the best possible sound. With all that being said, yes, I have a little brand loyalty to Blue, and as a result, this review is probably going to be a little biased. So here's how I'm going to do this review. Obviously right now, I'm not using the Spark to record, although I will have an audio comparison later on in this video comparing the sound from the Spark to the sound from the Yeti. You can skip to this time code right here to listen to that. Until then though, I'm going to start by talking about some other general observations and technical specifications of the microphone itself. So first things first, the difference between the Spark SL and the Spark SL Blackout Edition isn't anything on the hardware level, it's purely cosmetic. That being said, the all black design with the matte finish on the mic body and the more reflective surfaces on the accents really make this mic just look stunning. This is probably going to sound dumb, but Blue is kinda like the Apple of microphones. They focus on design and look of the product as much as the internal components that go into making them. And that's something I can respect. Even the way the microphone is shipped is nice. Look, it came in this nice padded wooden box. This is what held the microphone when I first opened up the box. And Blue was nice enough to even include a shock mount for the Spark, which makes mounting it to any mic arm or mic stand as simple as screwing it in place. On the front of the mic, of course, we have the legendary Blue logo, but we also have two switches. The one on the left is a cutoff switch, meaning when the switch is pressed all the way to the left, the microphone will cut off the lower frequencies when recording. A useful feature if you want to eliminate pesky background noise. The right switch, however, is a toggle between a 0 decibel default gain and a negative 20 decibel default gain. Generally speaking, you'll want to always have it on negative 20 to get the best sound from the mic itself, then do all your amplifications and such over a dedicated preamp, or at the very least, a mixer. Which brings me to my next point. This is an XLR microphone. Those of you who may have used or at least heard of the Blue Yeti or the Blue Snowball, you're probably more familiar with the USB connection that those microphones make use of. And while I still believe the Yeti is a great microphone for anyone just starting out with commentary, the USB connection has a few major downsides to it when it comes to the amount of control and the sound you can get directly off the microphone itself. Overall, XLR is just a way more flexible connection and will deliver a higher quality sound. Now, the mic head on the Spark uses a cardioid pickup pattern, meaning the microphone will best pick up sound that is coming from a source directly in front of it. And as you move around the microphone, the audio it picks up will be less and less. Since I'm going to be using this microphone primarily for speaking and narration, this is the ideal pickup pattern. In fact, it's the only pattern I used on my Yeti in the 5+ years that I owned it. The included shock mount is very nice, and I had no issues whatsoever attaching it to my mic arm on my desk. Despite its small size, the microphone and shock mount do have a bit of weight to them, which isn't a bad thing at all. It makes it feel pretty solid and like I won't have to worry about it breaking should my mic arm fall off my desk randomly like it has in the past. Overall though, it's still a lot less in terms of weight than the Yeti and the Yeti shock mount, which probably makes it more compatible with cheaper mic arms since they don't need to take the weight of the massive Yeti. And now, without further ado, here is the comparison between the two microphones. So what I'm going to do is read a portion of this script using my previous Blue Yeti microphone plus my usual post-processing techniques. And then I'll switch over and read the exact same thing with the Blue Spark SL Blackout Edition, also adding any post-processing effects that I deem necessary. So, here we go. The Blue Spark SL Blackout Edition officially releases on Tuesday, September 19th and will retail for $199 US. The Blue Spark SL Blackout Edition officially releases on Tuesday, September 19th and will retail for $199 US. So overall, what do I think of the Spark SL Blackout Edition? Well, I've been using it now for about a day and a half and I'm pretty satisfied with it. I like having more control over the sound of my audio before it gets recorded and before I add post-processing to it. and even its bass sound, like the sound I got directly after plugging it in and setting it up, was much richer and deeper than the sound I got from the Yeti, even with all the post-processing that I do when I record with that microphone. There is one thing that I wish the Spark had that it doesn't, and that's an on-mic mute button. The Yeti has a mute button right in the center on the face of the microphone, and it was really convenient to use. I know it seems like something minor, but it'll definitely take some getting used to on my end. Anyway, that's going to do it for this review of the Blue Spark SL Blackout Edition. Again, I'd like to thank Blue for sending me this microphone and allowing me to review it. All of my future videos that aren't in front of this camera will more than likely be recorded with that microphone, so let me know what you guys think of the sound in the comments down below. Hopefully, you like it as much as I do. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, so once again guys, my name is Matt, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.